So I woke up this morning and I was scrolling Twitter, and apparently Dr. Disrespect decided that he's on demon time, and he went off on Nickmercs and Dr. Lupo, two other streamers in the space that he's been friends with, and apparently met his family because he feels like they abandoned him when all the stuff went down regarding his ban from Twitch. And for anyone that does not know, I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm surprised that you clicked this video, but you have no idea what's going on. But I'm gonna give you the quick recap. Dr. Disrespect was banned on Twitch in 2020 from some stuff that happened in 2017, where he admittedly messaged a minor inappropriately. Now, we don't know the age of the person. He did say that it was legal in their state, which I assume means 16 or 17, because obviously if they're 18 at that point, you're legal in every single state, and he wouldn't have made the comment that they were legal in their state. Regardless, a lot of people separated from him, most notably some of his closer friends like Nickmercs, Dr. Lupo, Tim the Tatman, and a few other people I'm sure that I just can't think to name off the top of my head. But he hasn't really addressed them specifically, and more so just kind of defended himself and has kind of done his own thing since then, switching over to Rumble. He did get his monetization back on YouTube, but he's still banned on Twitch, and there's been a lot of back and forth on the internet regarding people that feel like he's kind of defended himself and explained himself, and other people still feeling like he's a pedo. Now, as far as Nickmercs, I did find the clip from the podcast that apparently seems to be what triggered Dr. Disrespect. I don't know what Dr. Lupo's been saying. I assume it's some stuff from his stream. I couldn't find any specific clips, but this was the clip of Nickmercs talking about this, and I think this was towards the end of 2024. So I assume that Dr. Disrespect had already heard this and just for whatever reason decided yesterday was the day that he was going to go off.
Dr. Disrespect.
It's a tough one.
And you obviously know him personally. Good dude.
I know him personally. I do. I mean, we met in person twice, briefly, and we've played a lot of games together throughout the years. People think that we're like best friends. That's not true. And then people also say, oh, they only gamed a couple times. I mean, that's not true either. We're somewhere in the center. The internet's canceling this guy. Everybody's like, oh, Nick, how about this guy? This is your boy, huh? I go on, I say, listen, man, I understand what people are saying. Let's wait till we get some facts and then we'll make a decision. So I waited.
And two, you're not.
And I got a bunch of shit for waiting. Everyone's like, fuck you, man. Speak out on your boy. What the fuck, man? I mean, I got railed on social, but I was the only one that didn't. So I waited because I was this tweet. Which is now deleted, by the way. And it was the worst tweet that I have ever seen from somebody in trouble. Not only was the original the worst, this motherfucker edits that same tweet like 6 times. And he admits in this tweet to talking to somebody inappropriately who was underage. Go on Twitter. I say, look, facts came out. This sucks fucking ass. We didn't know about this, obviously, and we're gonna cut ties. And we don't condone or agree with anything like this. They're not happy with that either.
Why are they not happy with it?
Because like, oh, so you can go hard on some leave the kids alone shit, but when it's your boy, it's just like, oh, you're not happy about it. The fuck do you want, man? I said, I don't condone it. It's disgusting.
Cut all ties.
And we're cutting ties. Done. So weeks go by. This guy deletes that tweet and then says that it was all a joke. He put out that tweet as bait to see who his real friends are.
Now, I don't necessarily think that Nick said anything wrong. I feel like he didn't really throw any shade at him. He just said, hey, listen, I was one of the people that was willing to wait for more information. And then that information came in the form of a Dr. Disrespect tweet, which basically admitted that he was talking to somebody that was underage, but legal in their own state, and said that it was inappropriate. So I feel like Nick is in his right to make his own opinion and judgment, especially as a parent, if that's something that he wants to associate himself with. So I don't feel like he went real crazy because, like he said, he even got shade because of the fact that he didn't go crazy and he just said, yo, we don't mess with that. We're going to move in our own direction, so on and so forth. But I'm guessing that Dr. Disrespect just didn't like that it was talked about publicly in general, given that Nick has met his family and he feels like Nick knows what he's all about. So this was his response, and it's kind of long. It's like 3-4 minutes long, but he goes in on him, Dr. Lupo, and kind of low-key anybody that abandoned him and just didn't really care. But he did say that he would accept an apology from Tim the Tatman, which I don't think is going to happen, but here's the clip.
I think Nickmercs is the biggest in the world. Lupo, obviously, he's a big ass, he's a fake. Let's go ahead and say it. Didn't talk about it before, but I'm in the mood now to talk about it. I think these people are the phoniest people in the industry, man. You know what I mean, champs? I won't talk about it anymore, but I just had to say that. I did, and I know you guys know, but God, I had to say it. Biggest phonies. I can call out all these people. I don't want to though, man. You know what I mean, champs? These people have met, like those two people met Mrs. Assassin and Baby Assassin, Little Assassin, right? They met him multiple times. So for Nick to go on some low budget podcast and talk about us the way he did, like who does that? Like pause the music. Who does that? Phony. And then Lupo screaming at the top of his lungs. He's got 400 viewers now. No one gives a, like he's always copied us, transitions, intros, all that stuff. He's always has. Like I just gotta go and I'm just gonna go and release some stuff off my mind. Disrespecting me, disrespecting Mrs. Assassin, Little Assassin. Come on, man. That's how you get knocked the fuck out. guy thinks he's is Nickmercs, dude. I don't even know what happened to him. I don't know if he's still around. He thinks he's like tough guy putting his who can I knock out in a fight list together. Like first off, who does that shit, man? Second off, this guy won't even come close. No way. Anyways, I just don't know who, like, the type of mentality to go on and talk about someone like that. Like, you just gotta be, you're lost. You don't do that. Time out. No, especially when you don't know shit. No one does. Rat's what he is. Lupo, fake, phony rat. There's a lot of people that I don't care about. I don't care about. The issue that I have with those two is that they met Mrs. Assassin multiple times. They met Baby Assassin. They met my family, right? They know what I'm about, you know? You know what I mean, champs? They got sucked in by an over-exaggerated narrative that was blown up by all these little anime, desperate for attention, zero life experience people on the internet, these trolls, and it was blown out, exaggerated. And then you got people going, but you admitted it. What the do we admit? Some jokes and bannering? That's what we said. Wake up. We didn't admit nothing. Now you're convinced, and they're all convinced by the narrative that was put out by, guess who? Rolling Stones, Washington Post, right? Little depressed, deep-eyed slasher, all these people, right? These people we can't relate to, and it's unfortunate. But the real truth, like after that, it was revealed. Look at these fake phonies, man. I mean, you're literally, Nick's going on a podcast talking about us, champs. I don't even look, there's a difference between having to, like, as a person in the industry, just speak up on it. And, like, for example, Tim and Z Laner, like, they're good people. They're good people. They responded in a way where it's like, hey, from what we've heard, okay, again, give me a call, shoot me a DM, whatever. Let's talk about it. Explain it in a couple minutes. Boom, that's it. But they never did that. So for those that are asking, like, you should play with Z or Timmy, the only way is they'd have to apologize. Not publicly. I don't care about it. They just come up and say, hey, made a mistake. Boom, let's get back into it. Then I'm good, right? That's how I deal with shit, right? Like, hey, as long as you learn from it, you apologize, boom, you move on. This whole exaggerated narrative that was built up, so pathetic, bunch of that's what it is. We've got Bobby rallied, we got Vis. Do we have to network to stay relevant or popular or do whatever? No, champs. All these other people, they need each other. They need the streamer award shows. They need a network. They need Twitch. They need to do this. We need to do a hot tub stream together. We need to make sure we collab. It's like, holy shit, Dexerto, it's like a dick-sucking website for Kai Cenat. And when I'm not in a Lamborghini on the way to the arena or doing hotshot 360s to win games on the main stage in front of the brightest LED lights imaginable, I got common sense people coming up to the two-times. Hey, two-time, what's up, man? Congratulations on the Rumble. Congratulations on the YouTube monetization, right? It ain't
PDF, pedophile, anime picture, he, him, she, her. Look at this guy. He's still around. He's still relevant.
It ain't like that. Fuck that. They want to believe that, but it ain't that. That ain't the case. Like, I'm rolling, man. But you know what's going to happen? Xerato's going to write their little article, dude. Jake Lucky, he's going, oh, man, did you get it? And then what's his partner's name, who's like a hardcore liberal dude? They're all kind of hardcore, but like, what's his...
Oh, God. What the f*** did he say? Dude, he's just stirring the pot again. Is it true? Is it his numbers are down? Is it because, well, maybe, is it because he's not getting any sponsorships, or is there no game campaigns? Does any of his friends play with him anymore? His numbers are down. It's just...
So now you can see why I said this man is on demon time. Dr. Disrespect is not playing around. And I don't know what it was that sparked this, if it's some people coming into chat, if he saw some more stuff on social media, or maybe he didn't even see the podcast and he just saw it recently and decided to respond to it. I have absolutely no idea. But he decided that it's time to start firing shots. Now, there's also a possibility that he was hoping he could rekindle these friendships at some point. And once he realized that it wasn't the case, he just went all in and felt like, you know what, I'm gonna let you know exactly how I feel. And, hey, listen, I can respect it. Again, aside from the topic that kind of brought all this about, which is really unfortunate. I'm not here to judge one way or the other. We already made a video about this. I'm gonna leave that to you guys. I'm just curious what you guys think in this situation. Do you feel like Nickmercs is in the right for separating and doing what he did and just kind of pushing all that to the side and addressing it in the way that he did? Or do you feel like Dr. Disrespect is right, that these people should know him better than that and have met his family and just need to talk to him and get his understanding of why things happened the way that they did and they abandoned him? Like which way do you fall? Who do you think is in the right when it comes to this situation? Now, is funny because as far as streamers, Dr. Disrespect was one of the first streamers that I actually watched. Back in like 2016, 2017, I found H1Z1 King of the Kill, and I didn't know much about the streaming world, YouTube, none of that stuff. I was just working at AT&T, and somebody had introduced me to PewDiePie, and somehow it led me to Twitch. I don't even know how, but I got there. I started watching Summit 1G, Josh OG, Ninja, Dr. Disrespect, Symphony, and watching them play H1Z1 made me want to try streaming. So I ended up going to buy a PC and trying to figure out how all this stuff works. And I was streaming a little bit between 2017 and 2018. I was never consistent because I worked a lot. I had a lot of stuff offline that was going on and responsibilities. And unfortunately, I couldn't do what I wanted to do back then. And then slowly it transitioned to me doing music reactions, which were right here on this channel. But I've since moved them to a new channel. And now we kind of just do this kind of content where we talk, we kind of commentate on different things and break stuff down and have discussions. But it's been a long ride since then. And honestly, as much as like, you know, some people might want to throw him under the bus, I do have to still thank him along with those others for inspiring me to try to step in front of the camera and do some of the stuff that I do, because it's changed my life. I'm not making the money those guys are making, but at the same time, I am able to pay my bills and do things that I enjoy doing and put some money aside. And so I'm extremely thankful for that. The only one out of all of them that I still watch today is I might tune into a little bit of Ninja since he's been playing Marvel Rivals, but I'd say the one that I watch the most is Summit 1G. I love the DayZ streams. He's been playing a couple of different things. I think he's playing like a dinosaur game now. Regardless, I also have started to watch Nickmercs over the years. I don't remember exactly when it was, but I like watching some of his content when he does Apex, and he's also been playing Marvel Rivals. So, you know, I'm kind of Team Nick, you know what I'm saying, at this point. I stopped watching Dr. Disrespect at a certain point, and it didn't have to do with all the drama. I just kind of fell off from watching him, the same as I don't really watch Symphony nearly as much as I did back then. Regardless, this video is taking a turn. This is not what this video is about. I just want to know your opinion. Do you feel like Nickmercs is in the right? Would you back Nickmercs in this situation? Do you feel like Dr. Disrespect is in the right? I'm going to leave it up to you guys. Comment down below. I appreciate you, and I will catch you in the next one, homies.